Gosh, you're starting with Zoom. I feel like Zoom is in a difficult place right now, not because it's not a core tool at this point, but because it's not sure how to take its next step. When I think of Zoom, fundamentally, it's a meeting solution first, but the translating meetings into productivity often means having some idea of how to translate the meeting into a set of actions, aligning to a project plan, and being able to set up uh, a portfolio of actions going forward, which is really more towards activity automation and perhaps an agentic approach to being able to kick off some new capabilities and actions. And instead, Zoom feels like they're trying to go more towards docs and some traditional applications where they are fighting against productivity apps that are already extremely well established. Like taking on Office is always a really, really difficult thing to do because you've got Office, you've got Google Docs and apps, and all of those huge competitors that are already very ingrained into a business.
Yeah, I think Zoom, I agree with you. I think Zoom is in a very difficult spot now because they were brilliant at figuring out how to make the online meeting process, right? Remember when they came of age, they were in the age of WebEx and Meetup and what was that? I forgot. I actually forgot the other one. There was another big one. Um, before Teams. And it was just a cleaner solution. It worked. It was easy, right? And it solved a very specific sort of thing. And the pandemic hit and it exploded. But then Teams sort of recognized, or Microsoft sort of recognized that a meeting was just one part of a continuum
Mm-hmm.
of collaboration and productivity that started with an application and sharing that application and working on it together and then messaging people about it and a meeting was just a natural extension of that. And for most organizations that spent a lot of their time internally focused, it made sense. And I hated Teams, right? I really did. But having taken this job where I'm now on the inside, it makes so much more sense, right? Because it's just this integrated thing. And so that's what Zoom is fighting against, right? That's a huge battle to climb. And so they had a choice, and I guess time will tell if they made the right one. Do they go after a full frontal assault and basically say, well, we have to therefore replicate the same thing, which is the choice they made, right? So they're trying to replicate effectively that entire Teams Office ecosystem. Or did they try to take and make a meeting apart and anchor to some other view of the world? And I'm not even sure what that would have been, but that was their choice. They would have had to anchor it to another perspective, another ethos that would have then won out and made the meeting a part of something different.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't. And so I think it's an interesting choice. But I think I personally would not want to be competing with Microsoft. So I think they're in a tough spot. But we'll see how this goes. We'll see. I mean, I think the key for them will be to leverage their ability to potentially move more quickly because they are a little bit smaller. But